I'll go with the Eagles. I think they're probably the benchmark of the comp, so I think they'll be around the mark.
I'd probably say Norwood at this stage. They seem to have recruited pretty well, so I'll go with Norwood.
I'm going to say Norwood. I think they'll be back up there again this year. I think they've recruited pretty well, and they've got a few players that they got drafted a few years ago that are returning this year. So I think they're going to be around the mark again.
It'd be Glenelg Eagles, I think. Obviously, Eagles have been around the mark for the last few years, and they're still pretty strong. Haven't lost too many players, and I think they've picked up a couple of new handy blokes as well. So they'll be around the mark again.
I think it'd probably be Woodville. I think they're around the mark again this year, and they've recruited well in the off-season, so I feel like they're going to be right up there again this year.
I reckon the Eagles will be up there again with Redden coming through and have recruited well, so I think they're going to be a tough team to play, but I think they'll be up there again against us in the Grandy.
It's hard to go past Woodville. They're an excellent team. They haven't really lost too much, and you know what their best footy looks like, and it's certainly good enough to make it to the grand final.
I'm going to go with Norwood. I think they recruited really well in the off-season. They were still strong last year, so they'll be a lot even stronger again this year.
I think Norwood might. I think they've recruited well, got a bit more speed back into their team, and I think they'll improve on last year and be back up there.
I think it's going to be the Eagles again. Their disappointment from last year, getting knocked off, and I think we'll do it again this year. Go for South. They're pretty well led by Gotchi, so I think they'll rocket up the ladder this year.
Yeah, also recruited not too bad that I know of, and showed some reasonable form in the pre-season cup. Probably South Adelaide.
Bottom five, I think Sturt. I think they've also recruited pretty well, and now that Zane Kirkwood's taken over out there, I think he'll lead them back into the finals. I
think South. They were sort of on the edge last year. I think they might do enough to sneak in this year.
I think South Adelaide will. They were pretty stiff last year, I thought, just to miss out. So I can see them probably pushing up into the top 5 this year.
I think the Crows, I think they've recruited well with their AFL side. It's going to make their reserve side a lot stronger as well, their depth. So I think they're going to be a team that'll really push this year.
I'd have to go with South Adelaide. They were very stiff to miss out last year, and they've certainly got a game style that's finals footy sort of stuff. So I think they'll be the ones who'll come up.
I'm going to go South. I think we played them in a trial game, and they look like they've got the game plan to do it. So yeah, they're looking strong this year.
Maybe the Crows, but I might go with Glenelg. I think Glenelg have recruited well. They've got good depth, a lot of speed in their team, and they might improve.
I think Sturt. I think Marty Matner's come on board, and it looks like he's got things going in the right direction for them. They've recruited really well, so yeah, I'm going to go for Sturt. I think Crossy will lead South back up and win his second back-to-back, his third medal, all that.
One of my mates has actually come back this year, Aidan Riley from Sturt. I reckon he's a really big show to win the MAGAREY.
I'll say Zane Kirkwood again. I think he's just his consistency. He seems to find the ball every week, so I'll go with Zane.
I'll back Zane Kirkwood in to go back. I think he had a pretty decent year again last year, and probably copped a bit more attention than he did the year before. I reckon he'll handle it better this year, and he played pretty well.
Jared Petrenko, he's a pretty classy player. I can see him get some votes this year.
Probably Paul Pleasure if he's fully fit. I think he's had a real good year last year and got plenty of votes, so I think he's going to be one to watch.
Hard to go past Chris Schmidt. He's a big-bodied midfielder in the SANFL, and they're like gold, so I assume he'll have a significant impact on a lot of games of footy, and he'll poll pretty well, as he usually does.
I think Steve Summerton. He's just a great leader, and yeah, gets inside and does the things the umpires want to see. So
I might go Crossy again. We saw him on the weekend in a trial, and yeah, he amassed a lot of ball, and he's a good, classy player, and yeah, he's a chance to do it again.
I like Chris Jansen from Central District. Yeah, I think he had a really good year last year. Unfortunately, he was cut down with injury, but yeah, I like the way he plays this footy. I think he'll go all right. Heard a few whispers that Michael Wunke wins them for fun, so I'll go with Big Wunks from the Eagles.
Also a mate of mine that's shifted club this year, Louis Johnson, I reckon, at Norwood. He's a big show.
Michael Wunke, I think he's one-on-one, he's pretty much unstoppable if he gets some decent delivery up there, so I'll go with Wunks.
I think Michael Wunke will pick a few. He's pretty hard to stop when he gets going, so I think he'll be up there again.
I'll have to be Michael Wunke. I feel like he just wins it every year, so why not again, yeah.
I think Michael Wunke will have another good year, so with such a good side, I think he'll be the one who probably win it.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't like picking a Ken Farmer because it's usually the guys I'm standing on, but I'd have to say Wonky, he's the hardest to play on. He kicks goals from everywhere, so yeah, I'll go with Michael.
I'm going to say Brett Eddy. I think he's got the speed and he's got the agility, he's got everything for a forward. He's the hardest forward to play on, so him.
I might go Louis Johnston from Norwood. I think he's a dangerous forward if he gets himself fit. Yeah, he's always one who kicks a bag against us, so yeah, see how he goes.
Louis Johnston from Norwood. He's always a reliable straight kick for goal, and yeah, I think with the supply he'll get, I think he'll be a big chance.
Terry Malera, he's a pretty special player and I've seen him do some pretty special things, so I think he'll win that one.
Goal of the year, I'd have to go with an old teammate, Brodie Martin from Sturt. He's just a very exciting player, so I reckon he'll show us something special from the boundary line one day or something.
I'll go with Terry Malera from Glenelg. Used to play a bit of juniors with Terry and seems to do some freaky stuff, so I'll pick him for goal of the year.
I'll go Matt Goldsworthy from the Eagles. He's got a pretty good left foot and I think he's normally pretty handy around goals. So
I think Will Rioli from the Bays, he's pretty classy. He might have a few contenders this year, I think.
Goal of the year, I think probably Willie Rioli. He looked pretty lively in some of the trial games. I think he's going to be one who will excite everyone.
I'll go a bit of a roughie. I'll go Mark Evans from Sturt. He's very dead eye, and if he has a shot from anywhere, it's probably going through. So hopefully he gets a shot from on the pocket, something a bit fancy, and he'll put it through.
Goal of the year, I'm going to go young Jonty Scharenberg. I think, yeah, he's got the skills, so I reckon he's going to pop up. Good one.
Norwood again, I might go Giorgio, see if he gets forward and kicks a goal. He's been telling me he's a big chance, so give him a go.
I'm going to go Jared Petrenko from the Eagles. He's always good for some sort of live wire spectacular play, so yeah, I'll go for the pup.
I'll go with Steve Summerton. He's got big hops, so he can get off the ground, so I'll go with him.
Also, I'm going to go with Brodie Martin. He's absolutely a freak. Like, his leap and that is amazing, so I reckon he's a massive chance as well. Might see Mark and goal of the year all in one.
Yeah, I'll stick with Terry again, I think. Yeah, just playing juniors with him, I've seen him do some really freaky stuff, so I'll pick him for Mark and goal of the year.
Let's say Tate Silverlock, he's got a pretty good leap on him, and he generally hangs on to him, so we'll say him.
Well, I was just talking to Alex Giorgio and he says he got some hops in the off-season, so look out.
I reckon young Lockie McGregor, little jumping jack, so he seems to get up there every now and then, so I reckon he might be able to get his hands on one.
I watched Terry Malera take one on Jace Bode last year. I was about a metre away from it when it happened in the fourth quarter and it cost us the game, so I think he'll probably produce something like that again.
Another Glenelg boy, we'll go Terry Malera. I think he's done it. He knows what he's doing in the air, so we'll pick him.
Tate Silverlock always seems to take a hanger every couple of weeks, so I'll go with him.
I'm going to say Brett Eddy from South Adelaide. Yeah, he's always pretty strong up there. Yeah, he'll probably stand on someone's head at some point.
I'll go with Samo again. He leads his troops pretty well at Port, so I think he'll lead the way.
I'll go with Luke Jarrett. I think he's been there before. He's been vice-captain a fair few years now. He's a good leader at our club, so he can definitely do it at state level as well. So hopefully Luke Jarrett gets the nod.
I'm pretty biased, so I'll go with Zane Kirkwood again. He's just a great lad and a great leader, so look, I'd be more than happy for him to lead the state team this year.
Play it safe and go Luke Jarrett. He's been vice-captain the last couple of years, so with Tomo out, I think he'll be next in line.
Well, I think Luke Jarrett will be. As we spoke about before, he's been vice-captain previously, so he might step up.
I think Jason Porplesia, he's experienced AFL experience, so I think he'll be one who in the state side and be captain.
I'll go with Luke Jarrett. He's been vice-captain for a lot of years and he led just as well as Tomo in the last couple of seasons, so yeah, I think he's ripe and ready for the position.
State captain, I'm going to go Stephen Summerton. I think he's a great leader. And, leads the Blues really well out there. So.
I guess Luke Jarrett's been vice-captain for the last few years, so maybe give him a crack.
I think it should be Chris Schmidt from the Bloods. He's reigning Jack Odie medalist, reigning premiership captain, so he's led us well last year. I think he'll lead the state well too.